Hello and welcome back to Rupel Boom or Bust in Football Manager 2021. We're now on the 27th of October. We're going to be playing against Gent and Anderlecht, two of arguably Belgium's biggest teams. However, they are two teams that are below us currently in the league table, and that's because we score goals. I say they're below us. You can't even see them on this league table here because my head is in the way. That is how badly both sides are doing. You can see them now. So Gent down in 15th. Anderlecht bottom of the table. 2 draws and 6 defeats. Gent have got 2 draws, 2 wins and 4 defeats to their name. We are all the way up in 6th place currently. 4 wins, 3 draws, only 1 defeat to our name. We have played a fair amount of football since the last episode, which I think was Standard Liège. I think that's all we played. We played Oostende, possibly. I still don't know how to say the name. We beat them 5-1 to Huahulu, Faye, Perez and Polizzi. We then beat KV Mechelen in the Croaky Cup, which I would like to rename the Rupel Boom Failure Cup because we always seem to do really well in it until right at the very end where we lose in the final. We go through against KV Mechelen, Zazua just about giving us the win here in the 94th minute. We lose our first game of the season against Westerlo, Polizzi with the only goal of the game, and then we crumbled after he scored his goal. And then a 3-0 against Circle Bruise to Huahulu and Polizzi on the score sheet in this one to 6th place currently in the league. We're doing really well. It's 2 teams up next that we should arguably beat because they're just not doing very well. However, on paper, you would probably say that we should lose against Gent and Anderlecht. I fancy our chances. It wouldn't be a Rupel Boom or Bust episode without talking about the fact that we might be going bust. And financially, we've obviously gone up, and now we're coming back down again. We are making a bit more money than we normally would, so I think this decline isn't going to be as steep as it has been in previous years, but we're still, I think, going to be losing money. We are. If we actually jump back to our fixtures, you can see our home attendances are double what we were getting last season. So we're getting 12,000 people. On average, about 12,000 people. In fact, it's over 12,000 in every single game. Today against Gent at home, hopefully we should get nearly 13, maybe even 14,000, because it's a big game. So then, for the KAA Gent match, it's just Gent. I don't know why I'm saying the KAA bit. It is going to be Andre in goal, Weidner, Mazzari, Sabai, and Elizalde as our back 4. Ismail Mazzari, that's his name, they said Samari. Ismail Mazzari is a player we signed from Bou Farik, who I think are Algerian. He then spent a season out on loan at MC Oran, or maybe 2 years actually, maybe a season and a half, something like that, where he actually developed into a very good footballer. And then this is what we are left with. He's already played 7 times for us so far this season. He is probably going to be partnering Sabai for most of the season. But when we've also got Sio, who's going to be sat on the bench as well, we've got some very good central defensive options, which is kind of what I'm hoping. If we can stop conceding goals and we just score goals, we win matches, basically. It's going to be Zazua and La Rosa in the middle of the pitch. Polizzi and Desi on the wings. Mohamed Faye and Olivier Duahulu as our strikers for this one. You can see our subs bench there as well. Pedra, Sio, Jerome Thomas, Yaya and P, Asaletti, Valinden and Fabio Bernard. All of our Belgians, basically. So I'm not really focusing on what's going on in the middle of the screen. I'm looking at the sides and looking at the stands of Antwerp Stadium and how full they are. I don't think it's a sellout. It's probably about 13 to 14,000, but that is a lot of tickets that we have sold for a football match, which is something that we haven't been able to do for 4 seasons. So now we've got the stadium. Hopefully it's going to start increasing our finances, and hopefully maybe this time next season, maybe the season after, we are in the black. Unless we get into Europe, that's obviously another option. Elizalde to Olivier Duahulu, who is the top scorer, I think, in the league. Zazua to Polizzi. He's got a runner. He doesn't kick the ball, though. La Rosa heads it down. Desi, Elizalde's on the left, does use the AC Milan loanee. Elizalde gets this ball back once again, crosses it in low. Big OD's there. He's onside, sorry, because the ball was played backwards. Duahulu gets his 9th goal of the season. And a 9th goal that moves us up into 2nd place in the table, 2 points behind Antwerp, the team who we're currently renting a stadium from. Another chance starting with another throw. Duahulu collects it. Is the big Ivorian going to go forward? He does. Finds Luca Polizzi. He's been here since the first match. Faye is in. Faye's managed to steal the ball away, and it's 2-0. I don't know what's happened to Gent. I genuinely have no idea what's gone on. They are just doing so badly. Anderlecht as well, doing just worse. They weren't very good last season. I think they finished, 8th last season. This season they are bottom of the table. And they've almost scored. Polizzi with a corner for us. 10 minutes to play. Joel Sabai, the Ivorian's headed effort, goes over the bar. It's not been the most exciting game of football. I think there's only been about 4 or 5 highlights. But we have managed to make the most of ours, scoring 2 goals before half-time. It is going to be 2-0 at half-time. That's good to see. So, do we even change anything at the break? I feel like we don't, you know? I feel like we don't. Things are going well. You're capable of better. Probably shouldn't have said that. I haven't changed anything at half-time, although Dennis Weidner looks like he needs to be coming off. I don't know what's up, but he's just not playing very well. He's on a 6-4. Everyone else is on a 6-8 or above, really. Right, here we go. Let's do this change. We're going to do CO coming on, and then we're going to put Mazzari. Are you right-footed? You are right-footed. Yeah, we're going to play Mazzari as a right-back. You can't really do it, but we're going to try it anyway. We're also going to take Desi off because I want to try and play Jamie, Yaya, and P because he's annoyed that I signed Desi to replace him, and he's right, but I just don't want him to be too annoyed. Andre saves that headed effort from Gent. I don't think that was the whole highlight. Andre's gone long. Dahuahulu heads down to Mohamed Faye. The Spaniard can run with that ball. Right-hand side is Luca Palizzi. Is he going to slot a little through ball through? He does, but doesn't manage to find a blue Rupel Boom shirt. And now Gent can come forward once again. Or are they going to get forward? No, they're not because we've nicked this away. La Rosa to Jamie, Yaya and P, a player who I had a couple of seasons ago on Football Manager for Sampdoria. Might be mid last year. Sabai to Yaya and P. La Rosa finds Elizalde. He's cutting in towards the middle. Nope, he's gone backwards instead. Zazua plays it forward. Faye's there. Keeps it in play. Good job, Mohamed. Cross it in, buddy. On the floor. Palizzi's there. Kicks it straight at the keeper. It's still alive. This highlight's going on for quite a while. Zazua has the ball. Finds Mazzari, playing now as a right-back. Is the big Algerian and Frenchman going to cross the ball in? Hits the first man. That is probably going to end the highlight. Unless we steal it away, it's a foul. Final 20 minutes. Elizalde to Yaya and P. He's gone into the middle. No, he hasn't. He's been tackled by Dorsch. And now Gent can possibly come forward until they misplace their pass. Palizzi to Faye. In on goal. Faye has to make it 3. He does make it 3. I'm not sure how he managed to do that, but he's got his 9th of the season as well. Dahuahulu also on 9 for the season. 3-0 up at home against Gent. I say home, temporary home. 4 minutes after our 3rd goal, Jordi with it in towards the penalty area. Had plenty of time to try and place his shot, but he places it straight into the hands of our Brazilian goalkeeper. And we're going to do ourselves our final change. Who have we got on the bench? Bob Verlinden or Jerome Thomas? I think Jerome Thomas is what we're going to do. We are going to take off Palizzi, because Palizzi is the other winger who hasn't actually been substituted yet. So Yaya and P and Thomas now will be our wingers for the final few minutes. Jordi or Geordie, I'm not sure what one it is, has a throw. Finds Mishori. Now Parod, steal it away Zazua. Crosses in. Back post is Rober. It's not a very good cross. Rober's going to keep that in though. Are we going to close them down? Samoa in the penalty area. Andre's save is not very good at all. It's 3-1. One of these days we're going to keep a clean sheet. And I'm fully aware that it's my fault that I stick on positive, because once we're 3-0 up, I should probably just go cautious or something and kind of shut up shop. Thomas plays that through to Zazua, who had to have been offside. Gent have nicked this ball away anyway, and they've just gone long. Elizalde forward, but doesn't find a blue shirt. Batiale down the right-hand side. Elizalde's with him, so is La Rosa. Doesn't manage to get there. CO heads that ball clear. Somebody close it down in a blue shirt. Zazua is chasing. Dorsch onto the right-hand side. We need to get this ball clear. La Rosa's there. Good slide tackle from the young Brazilian. Still have the ball, though. Crosses in. Back post is Jordi. We're going to lose this game. We're going to go cautious. How have we conceded 2 goals? They've been rubbish. All game, all season they've been rubbish, and we've let in 2 already. Jordi with a throw. We're literally a minute after their 2nd goal, which is 2 minutes after their 1st goal. The ball is cleared, but it's going to come back towards us. Parod across to Dorsch over the top. They were all offside. Jordi collects this. He's hit the inside of the post. He was offside. That's good. I think they had about 4 players offside then, so we got a bit lucky. We definitely got a bit lucky there. We've picked up the 3 points, but this little flurry of activity in the final, I guess, 10 minutes of the game really could have given Gent a little bit of fight really in them. We've managed to win 3-2. We should have scored more goals, really, shouldn't we? We should have done something. Yaya MP is rubbish. Don't know why I signed him. We've gone to the end of Sunday, and we are 3rd. We are still up there. Standard Liège move ahead of us because they picked up a single point against STVV, which is good news for us. We are 2 points behind table toppers Antwerp, who I think must have played the day before. Did they just lose? Is that what's happened? And I've just kind of completely ignored this fact. No, they beat Eupen. So we're definitely up there. We're actually battling for a top 4 position, which realistically, that's what we were doing last season, but I think we've got a slightly better position at the moment. We've now got to play bottom of the table Anderlecht, who've just picked up a point against Oostende, apparently. From one struggling former champion of Belgium to another, Anderlecht are our opponents. We have done one change from the match against Gent, and that is Bob Verlinden in the middle of the pitch. He has come in to replace La Rosa. I've said this earlier on in the season that I think La Rosa might be kind of playing better than his actual ability is. And obviously, Verlinden is a young Belgian player who I kind of want to try and develop, so we're going to give him a start today. It will be Andre, Weidner, Mazzari, Sabai and Elizalde, Zazura and Verlinden, Polizzi, Desi, Faye and Dahuahulu. So yeah, just that one change, and I think just that one change including the bench as well. I completely forgot to check how many people turned up for the last game. I think it is going to be around 13,000. That's kind of what we got against, who was it? It was Genk. I think we got about 13,000 against Genk, so you'd imagine we get a similar number against Gent. Weidner's throw for us, early possible chance. Polizzi has this in the penalty area. He's fallen over. He's somehow won a penalty. The guy who pushed him wasn't anywhere near him. I'll have a penalty though. I think Polizzi takes them as well. So we do have a penalty, and I think it is going to be Luca Polizzi stepping up to take it. It is number 96, the Rupel Boom legend. He's not a legend, but he's put that in the bottom corner. We're 1-0 up away from home against Anderlecht. And that goal moves us back up into second place, still 2 points behind Antwerp, who are playing Genk. And they have taken the lead against Genk by the looks of it. So we need to just make sure we win our game. If Antwerp are going to win their game, we need to win ours. Look at me talking like we are one of the best teams in Belgium. We are certainly not. It is a free kick for Anderlecht. Edge of the area is Tank. He's gone for a long-range effort. It's not a very good effort. It's gone wide, still 1-0. I just realised last time we played Anderlecht was in the Croaky Cup final, wasn't it? And they actually battered us. So I kind of want to just batter them. Weidner with this ball all the way across to the left doesn't find a Rupel Boom shirt. Mazzari finds Polizzi though. Is he going to keep hold of it? He does. Uses his strength, which I'm not sure how much he's got, but he seemed to use enough of it to keep the ball. Verlinden to Zazua. Just seen Bob Verlinden, central midfielder, squad number 9, because of course he is. I don't pick my squad numbers. You might have worked this one out by now. That's why Polizzi's always 96. Zazua has this ball. Long range effort from the Ivorian goes well wide of the goal. Still 1-0. And it stays 1-0 at the break. It's not been the most exciting game of football. It looks like Anderlecht are having more chances, but we're having the better chances. And obviously that penalty has helped us out pretty well. I'm not happy. I'm going to say that. Mazzari seems demotivated. Why are you demotivated, buddy? Like, you're not playing very well. Wagner's on a 6-4 again. Elizalde's on a 6-5. We're looking bad. Bob Verlinden's coming off. I'm sorry, Bob. I want you to get good, but you're not playing very well. Mohamed Faye's also playing badly. So La Rosa is on. Probably should have just started La Rosa, shouldn't I? He's not amazing, but he's probably one of our best midfielders. And Anderlecht with an early chance. 5 minutes in, Mikhailichenko's going to just about keep that ball in play. You're surprised I can say that name, aren't you? I nailed it first time as well. Eli is going to collect this on the halfway line for Anderlecht. They've come forward once again with the ball. Elizalde keeps it in. We are still 5 minutes in. So what is this highlight going to be? Mohamed Faye's not going to get there. I thought he was just going to nick the ball around him. De Wolf over the top. Strassen on the left-hand side crosses in. Tank is there, and Tank's volleyed effort goes over the bar. Still 1-0. When do we shut up shop? When do we shut up shop and go cautious or even defensive? Mikhailichenko once again with it into the penalty area. 2 Rupel Boom shirts with him. Polizzi's one of them. He's made some space for himself. It's got some deflections and the ball is cleared. And now Olivier Dahuahulu's made some space for himself. He's not the fastest, but he's got Faye in the middle. Dahuahulu's going to go it alone. It's a good save from the keeper. We win ourselves a corner. Big OD there. Could have made it 2-0. Could have put this game beyond doubt. Zazua's corner comes in. Front posted Mazzari. It's cleared, but only as far as Pacoma Zazua once again into the penalty area, runs towards the 6-yard box, back to Weidner, takes a deflection, and the ball is cleared by Anderlecht. We got very unlucky there. That deflection kind of threw us off a little bit. La Rosa, Dahuahulu, we're still coming forward with it in the same highlight. Over the top, tries to get it to Polizzi. He's not going to keep that in play. He doesn't, and that's going to end it. Right, I think we are going to go cautious at about 65, maybe 70 minutes. Weidner to Polizzi, back to Zazua. We've got a lot of yellow cards I've seen. La Rosa with lots of space, and the substitute hits the post and it's cleared. Should be 2-0. Desi's having a shocking game. Desi is not anywhere near as good as the guy who we had last season, Al Hilali, I think his name was. He was much, much better last season. Desi so far hasn't really done a huge amount, and we are, 10 games in? Plus cup games, he's played probably 12 games for us. Weidner with the free kick on the halfway line towards nobody. Not a very good free kick from the German. Doesn't win the header either, but La Rosa gets the ball. Jerome Thomas facing away from goal. Elizalde to La Rosa, back to Thomas, passing it in triangles. Good to see. Dahuahulu Back to La Rosa. Elizalde making some space down the left. Runs towards the edge of the area. Doesn't cross it in. Finds Thomas, actually, who does cross it in. Mohamed Faye is there. Hits the defender. The ball is cleared. We need to stop this highlight dead. Thank you very much, Joel Sabai. That'll do. We've got 5 yellow cards. 5 yellow cards. We're going to drop down to our cautious now. We're actually gone a little bit longer than I was thinking. 10 minutes to play. Zazua's coming off. We're going to do... What do we do here? We drop you back, and then we'll do Jamie, Yaya, and P. Right, let's give you a team talk, buddy. Give you a team talk. Let's do point finger. I have faith. Make difference. He doesn't care. He doesn't... I mean, I love the fact you give him a team talk and then cancel it because he didn't do a good job of his team talk. We're going for it anyway. Yaya MP is on. I want him to do something. I feel like he's good enough. I've not been paying attention to what's going on at Antwerp. We've done our job against Anderlecht. I think Antwerp won their game anyway. So we do go into second place. But that is another very good 3 points. Yes, it was a penalty from Polizzi, but it's a goal nonetheless. We did enough to win the game. We should have scored a couple of goals. They really should have scored a couple of goals as well from their XG. But we won. Right, we do have a problem with our, I guess, discipline. Discipline's a problem. Mazzari's got 5 yellow cards. Bear in mind, Mazzari has only played 9 games and picked up 5 yellow cards. But he gets booked every other game at this rate. We are into second place. Antwerp beat Genk 2-0. It's the 2 Antwerp sides fighting for the top of the table. Charleroi, Standard Liège, KV Mechelen, Genk, Beerschot and Club Brugge all in with a shout, I'd say, at this early stage of the season. But we're up there and we are in a very good position. There you go. We got just over 12,500 fans for the Gent game. It doesn't say how much money we made. The only thing we can really do is if we have a look, income this month, gate receipts, £133,000. That was our only home game. So that kind of makes sense. That was kind of all the money we got from it. Next episode then has to be the Antwerp derby. First versus currently second. It's going to be Antwerp. It is also going to be Club Brugge away from home. I guess this is technically away from home because we are playing at Antwerp Stadium, but it's a home game apparently. So that's going to be the next episode. We're going to play STVV, Vasslan Beveren, KV Mechelen and Beerschot a couple of times, once in the cup in between episodes. So hopefully when we return, we're still up the right end of the table. You never know. We might even be top. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Rupel Boom or Bust. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you are new here and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back next time for the top of the table clash. Hopefully you'll be there. I'll see you next time.